What's up guys, welcome back to another vlog of Adash Automotives. So today we have a very special car with us, as you can see it in front of here. So that is a Toyota Hilux that we have got for you today. So before starting with the vlog, special thanks to Shoda Toyota for letting us review the car. And all that we'll start with, first of all I'm going to say that we'll have two videos. That is, first we'll have a pure on-road video where we'll show you how the car will cruise on the highways and even how friendly it is in the cities. And secondly, there's going to be a pure hardcore off-road that we have planned for the car. So we have a special track for it. So once we come up with that, that is the second video of the off-road. Stay tuned for that and stay subscribed. And let's go with the on-road vlog. Starting on the front, you can see how good the stance of the vehicle is. This Hilux is way more appealing than the Fortuner. You might think it's just a cutback shape of a Fortuner, but for that reference, you have a Fortuner here. You can see the front shape is completely different from what you get on a Hilux. So starting it with the engine bay, we'll straight out open the hood. So here's the hood. The hood is very heavy. At this price point, at least we could have expected a single hydraulic stud. So nonetheless, seeing the taxes and everything that India charges on these vehicles, because it's a 5-meter plus vehicle, so seeing that you won't get any hydraulic studs here. But the main USP, this engine, this is the main heart of the Hilux. As you can see, it's the same as that of the Fortuner, but performs way better than what you can see there, because it's pure oriented towards the pickup truck, as you can see, and more towards the off-road section. We'll talk more about the engine as we get driving. So continuing with the headlights, you can see these are all LEDs. You get a DRL, a projector setup, and even the fog lamps are LEDs. And see the side stance, it's very long. It's a 5-meter plus vehicle. Like, you have to keep in mind while driving that yes, there's a way more of car that is left behind you, and you have to take the turns like very precautionary, because this is a car which takes a very long wheelbase and also the turning radius that you have. And these are the tires. These are the humongous tires. Like, don't go on the numbers. The numbers given here are 265, 60 and R18s, but the profile on these and the section that these come with are very huge. And as you can see, you can have a look at the ladder frame chassis that is exposed over the wheel arches, and you get a footstep for climbing inside. And there are also request sensors on both the side, that is the passenger as well as the driver side. And there's a slight of chrome finish over the mirror, and yeah, that is how it looks. So here's the fuel lid, and see, going towards the back, yeah, there's a Camry here standing, and this catches the eye. Like, this is the hybrid version. You can see the blue accents here. So for now, we'll focus on the Hilux. So here it is, and this is the back end of the Hilux. So you can see the large Toyota written on it and the Hilux badging. Here you get a indicator that is halogen, but rest all except for the indicator, it's an all LED unit. And you get some chrome finished rear bumpers that is finished very subtle and looks very good. And this loading lip, it's perfectly matched, and it's not too high or not too low. And see the bed, the rear bed for loading, it's like you can carry a complete another car on this. So it's very good. But what you see here, the black treatment, this rubber blacking, it's an optional accessory that you need to get. Instead of that, you get this metal expose, which comes with the normal standard variant and even the high variant that this car is. And this gets a hydraulic, so that's a very good saver that we have here. But while closing, you can feel that yes, it's very heavy, but that is a sturdiness you need so that it passes all the NVH levels and has that safety. And there's not much on this side, and not to talk about or anything, but the main focus of this car is going to be the review, that is the on-road review that we are going to do. It is that's the rear end, and starting from the interiors, the rear side, it's a bit not so claustrophobic, but there's a very less space for the legs to keep, and you can even see that the backrest is very upright. You don't get a recline angle or anything, but seeing the practicality of this vehicle, it is pretty comfortable. You can see my knees are almost touching the front seat. It is adjusted to my height, so I am 5'11", you can say, and it is pretty comfortable. But seeing the price, you expect more, but that is none to complain, because this is another standard of vehicle that you are going with. So it's a pickup truck, I am reminding it once again. And going for the under thigh support, it is minimal, ample amount, I would say. So it is pretty comfortable right in here, and the floor is almost flat. There's a bit of hump in between, and pretty much it. So seeing the cabin, you can see that all around view, so you won't feel any claustrophobicness in this cabin at least. So that is a pretty good USP that we have here. So let's jump into the front seat. That is where the main focus is going to be. So let's jump in. So getting in, you can see that we have electric adjust for the driver seat. And yeah, first let me get in. You get a handle here, and also a side foot step, so that you can climb in, because it's very long, and it's not sorry long, it's long, and at the same time it's very on the higher side, so it gets a bit difficult for you to climb in. So you've got a handle here on all the sides, even at the rears, that you can see you have a handle on the pillars. So starting with, let me start the car first for you guys. You can see it makes a very good animation out here. Yeah, so this is the animation I was talking about. It's very subtle, that they have taken care of these small things, that it looks very pretty on the car. And this is the dashboard, how it looks like. And as to say, these are all hard plastics, and you get the sort of stitch type pattern here, but it's all hard plastic. Nothing here is a soft touch you get, except for the Fortuner. You get a bit of soft touch around here on the glove box and somewhere on this dashboard, but you get this smart brushed aluminum type touch that looks very cool and very premium, with a chrome line running over it. So this is a very nice cabin and looks very premium, and also it's very nice to be inside. You sit very upright, very on the stance where you feel like, yeah, you're sitting on way higher than any other cars, that is for sure, because this is a pickup truck. And this is the automatic version that we are driving, and you get dual zone climate control and all that usual stuff that you get in a car. You have the traction control button here, and these are the modes that you can change here. That is, this is 2 high, 4 high, and this 4 low for whenever you get into off-road or anything. For now it is set on rear wheel drive, so that is the eco mode you get. You have a power mode on eco mode that you can switch between, and you have even got a sports mode in this. So that is pretty much you can expect like in this car. And this is a 8-inch infotainment system that you get in this car. This is the same one as that you get in the Fortuner, and it gets Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's not wireless, you will need to connect it via a wire. So it's pretty basic, and the speakers are decent, I would say. And yeah, it could pretty much sum up the same as that of the Fortuner, because it's purely based on the driver's side, and that engine and this feel that you're gonna get while driving this car. So without wasting much of a time, what I'll do is I'll directly start by driving the car, and we'll get going. So we'll have a nice view and virtual, like it will be like a virtual test ride for you guys. Like you will understand how the car drives and what it is like to have this car with you. And yeah, before ending, I have to show this to you. So it gets auto dimming, and that's a pretty cool feature, because many of the cars like have that higher pricing and they don't get the auto dimming in them. Yeah, so that is pretty cool right now. Let's start with the driving. So here we are on the freeway, starting the driving vlog. First of all, we'll turn off the air conditioning. So it's turned off completely. Off, yeah, it's turned off. Traction control turned off. So with the traction control, the ESC and everything will be turned off. So here we are putting it to sports mode, power. So here it is. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Revs up to 3,000 up, 4,000 RPM. Yeah, shifts at 4,000 RPM. Yeah, actually it is pretty powerful, man. Like, never thought this heavy vehicle would be so damn powerful. Yeah, it has got that punch, but yeah, you can see the suspension now itself by the camera shake itself that it's a bit on the stiffer side than the Fortuner. But yeah, cruising it at 100 kilometers per hour wouldn't be a problem at all, because this is made for that high-speed cruise, not as high, but minimal high-speed cruise, which it will handle pretty good. And see now, yeah, but there's a bit of jittery feeling in the cabin where you can feel a lot of bouncing around. Actually, the back side, the bed side, where it is a lighter side, and the engine where it front mounts is stuck to the ground, but the back side actually bounces around a lot. So that is a bit of a geometry you can think of, like makes it a bit uncomfortable. So this is not the only pickup truck that you might find it like this, but all the pickup trucks, like basically that is how the pickup trucks are made. The bed elongates at the back and the engine sits in the front, so you need a powerful engine to drag it in front. So that is how it is made. So that is why you will feel a bit of bouncing around, and it will make a pretty comfortable cruise, but not as comfortable as you compare it to a Fortuner. But comparing it to its rival, the pickup rival, that is the Isuzu, it's way better than like the Isuzu in every factor. I'll explain you one by one, like as we go on. We'll have a city review ahead, and also we will have the canyons where we'll test the body roll. And that is the reason, so that to contain the body roll, the suspension have been made stiff, or else this height and with the softer suspension would make the car to roll over everywhere in every place. So yeah, this was a small freeway cruise, and there's nothing much to talk about except for the speeds and the comfort that you get on the cruising speeds. So we'll be exiting towards the city, and I'll tell you how easy it is to maneuver, or how difficult it is to maneuver with the long length of the car, with the bed behind, and this 5 meters, the numbers. So let's get going. So here we are in the city limits, and you can see it's a pretty big car to drive in the cities. And as soon as you get on the wheel, you'll get to know that the steering is a bit on the heavier side. Not too heavy. I'm not saying that you cannot twirl it around easily, but comparing to the other cars, it's a bit heavy. And yeah, it's pretty long. So you have to keep in mind that you have a car behind you that you have to twirl around with precaution. And yeah, basically except for these things, it is very easy to drive around in the city. And you also even get that eco mode where you can basically drive it very easily in the city, and you will get average of around 7 kilometers per liter. You can expect it around to be that thing. Yeah, and it's pretty comfortable to drive around. And here when we come to a U-turn, you'll get to know how big of a turning radius you get with this car. And yeah, it takes up the whole road almost. Yeah, and yeah, so here you even have a reverse parking camera without any adaptive guidelines. So you could accept some adaptive guidelines and a good quality rear camera, at least at this price point. Yeah, but cannot complain, as it's a European spec version that you are getting directly here in India. And seeing those taxes that you pay, the GST and the external road tax that you get over this, and you might even see even have seen that calculation where you are paying almost 40% of the money of what you're paying for the car to the government. So seeing those prices, it is actually pretty good that the package you're getting here. And even the stance, the perspective around you, it's very clear, and there are no blind spots as such. Even after such a big car, you have pretty big RVMs on your sides, and you also have a IRVM. And yeah, it is pretty easy to maneuver it around. except for the fact that the steering feels a bit heavy. And explaining about the variants, you will get two variants. One is a standard and another one is a high. So the one we are driving is a high variant, and you get two transmission options in the high variant. One is a manual and another one is an automatic, and where goes by is a standard variant, you only get a manual in it. Yeah, so driving such cars where you are spec towards off-roading it and taking it to the harsh tracks, I would basically prefer the manual over automatic, because that is where you will get those transmission locks that you can have. Even in this car, I'll show it to you around when we get over to the off-road. That is, that is the first two gears you can achieve you can get the whole power and the whole torque that you want to the wheels without changing the gears. So it will automatically not change gears whenever we are on the 4 high or 4 low. So the steering wheel gets the variable float technology, where it is smoother and lighter when it comes to higher speeds, and even weighs up well. But the heaviness that you feel while you're driving in the cities is due to the slow speeds that is making it heavy to move around, and the sections of the tire that you're getting, that is a 265, which makes it way too heavy for the wheel to turn around. And yeah, that is what it is meant for, the pickup truck. Reminding once again the pickup truck that it is a heavy vehicle, and you will it will come with its own fair share of advantages and disadvantages and the perks that you get it with it. The instrument cluster, yeah, I forgot to show it before. So this is the instrument cluster, and you get a small MID in between. That is a 4-inch MID. It is pretty much equipped with everything. You can control the music. You have even it shows the alignment of the front wheels, so it's the same as that you get in the Fortuner. And the instrument cluster is basically the same that you get in a Fortuner, except that you have some backlighting and also some color changes that have been done. Yeah, because it looks funky, and even on the standardized version of the Fortuner. And the engine refinement levels, to be honest, it's very refined. Thinking about a car that is very long and so powerful, producing 500 Newton meters and 205 horsepower, it is very good. The NVH levels on this car is very good. You barely hear anything inside the cabin, that is the engine sounds, comparing to the older technology that we had before on the SUVs or these pickup trucks. So comparing to Isuzu, that is, you get a very basic dashboard and you don't have that ambience that you get inside this car. It's a very premium, and talking about the 10 lakh premium that you're paying over the Isuzu for the Hilux, it highlights a lot of things that you don't get in a Isuzu. That is, the Isuzu has a very basic dashboard. It gets a very basic infotainment system where you don't even have access to pretty good music. It is not up to the mark, but comparing to the Isuzu, it's way better than what you get there. And on that, the suspensions on these are way comfortable than the Isuzu. Yeah, and talking about the other features that you get in this is the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto, and also you get limited slip differential with this, so that whenever your car is stuck, you can transfer the power to those wheels and you are out of the pit at the soonest. So yeah, and even the switchable modes, that is between 2 high, 4 high and 4 low, the knob is so sleek and so smooth to operate, you won't even feel that you are using a differential switch that you are shifting. And pretty much it has got everything that you need in a car, except for one thing, that is, yeah, the panoramic sunroof, or even a normal sunroof. Paying a premium of 36 lakhs ex-showroom for this car, you would expect a panoramic sunroof, and yes, that is the only thing that is missing in this car. Yeah. And another big thing, this is a new car and nobody has ever seen a pickup truck this big, and from a Toyota, and especially riding it around and driving it around city is like, it's a eye catcher. Like every head you can see is turning around towards the car and seeing towards it, so you get that attention with the car. Basically, it's so huge on the city roads. I'll once show you after we get on the canyons, or somewhere we get some good place where I can show you properly how the stance is on the road. And it is pretty comfortable. You have a pretty good view, and yeah, it is the best companion for your shopping. You have a complete bed for you where you can lay over everything, and there are separate accessories that you can get with the Hilux. That is for the rear bed where you can keep your luggage. You'll even get a curtain for that where you can completely close it, so that comes in a separate accessory. And even with that, you can in the accessory list you even have a wireless charger, so that also comes with the extra premium that you have to pay. Yeah, so if someone needs those features, so those are also provided, but with the extra premium that you have to pay with it, because it is needed by some and not needed by some. So yeah, that is a pretty good feature that you have an option of adding them to your car. So pretty much this is for the city review, and we'll get to the canyons. We'll have a proper drive over there, so that you will get to know why the suspensions have made stiff for this thing, so that it doesn't roll over and everything. Yeah, so let's get started with the canyons. So we are here in the canyons. So this is where the canyons is gonna start. So basically this is the Cholaghat road which connects to Goa, and you can see the mountains ahead, and we can see that there is pretty much fog over there, as you can see on the top mountains. So let's see how this performs. And the one fact that I would like to tell about this car is, the more you drive, the more you fall in love. And the recent discovery I would say is the modes, the eco mode and the power mode. They make a lot of difference. Like, they're not just for the namesake. As you see, now it's in eco mode. I'm hammering the throttle, it's just increasing the RPM, but I just shift to power mode and it's in sports mode, and now you see there's a sudden surge in the power. Like, you can feel that 500 Newton meters of torque being unleashed at a time. And yes, so basically the reason that we have come on to the canyons is to demonstrate or tell that how like why the suspensions have been made stiff, because this is a long car, and to make it suitable for the person to drive and even for the passengers to be comfortable, is to make the body roll minimum. So as you can see, even at these speeds, the body roll is minimum and very well contained. The car won't move around or say roly-poly, or it won't shift you around very much. It's very well contained because of the stiff suspensions. Yeah, but at the same time we have to compromise on the ride comfort while on the freeway. Yeah, but it is the both of best worlds, I would say, even for the cruises, even on the canyons, and even the best on the off-roads. And yeah, before on we missed out on some tech. For example, yeah, we have got the cruise control on this, and on that part the cruise control can be set by the below level that is given just behind the steering wheel. And these controls are for the MID, that is a 4-inch MID, and these are for the infotainment system. And yeah, basically it is very comfortable. And yeah, the stance, like the way you drive it, it's purely a driver's car, to be honest. And like it gets a pretty bumpy on the bad roads. Yeah, but that is what the ladder frame chassis or the body on frame is made on, because the height is what matters and the ground clearance. So talking about the ground clearance, this comes with 249 mm of ground clearance, which is even higher than Mahindra Thar, as comparing it to the hardcore off-road that we have done before, or we have ridden before. So yeah, it comes with very nice off-road capabilities, and even the water wading capacity of 700 mm, which is a lot if you considering you can even cross rivers using this. Yeah, so talking on the safety front, it gets ESC, EBD, traction control, and the limited slip differential it comes with, and everything you name out it has. And it even comes with 9 airbags. That is, it even consists of the knee airbags, the curtain airbags, you name it. It has got each and everything stuffed into it as for the safety matters. And yeah, so it has plenty of features. And the most utility thing about this car is you get two glove boxes. One is on the top and one is on the below. So the top one is cooled glove box, and you get cup holders in this. So there are two cup holders here and one on the right side here, and the same cup holder comes over there, that is there on the dash. So in terms of utility, it is very well. So this was a short review about how the car performs on road and how it is feasible or likable to a person who buys it or the family who wants to own it. And it completely depends on the one what you want to own. You want to have an Hilux or Fortuner. The both come in the same category and basically lie in the same price range, almost in the same price range. So this starts at 34 lakhs ex showroom and goes all the way up to 36.8 or 36.9 lakhs. So that is the ex showroom price. So considering the on road, it might cross the 45 mark easily. And yeah, so this is not a video where we are going to tell you which car to choose. It depends completely upon your interest and your own personal use. So either go with a Hilux or a Fortuner. Depends completely on an individual. Both have their own perks and how they drive and what the utilities are. But compared to the Isuzu, which is the same category, the pickup category, this has an upper hand. The premium that you're paying extra over the Isuzu is completely worth it because it comes with those features and that reliability. Basically the Toyota reliability, the engines, they are the best in business right now. And yeah, so you get every additional feature that you're paying your money for. So let's end the on-road vlog and jump directly towards the off-road. And please stay subscribed to the channel so that you can see the off-road bit as soon as we upload it.